We're on. Hey, YouTube people. Back. Survive Unplugged. Still surviving. Ain't dead yet. Oh, got show notes. Things like that. Anyway. All right. Purpose. Public purpose and a private purpose. The purpose of the video is to encourage you that you can do. And my own personal reason is to prove to myself that I can do another one of these videos. That's the whole purpose of this video, or at least my own purpose. And we used to have a saying when I was back in service: 1st Battalion, 1st Marines, Camp Horno, Camp Pendleton. Sometimes we have to do these things to prove to ourselves that we can. So I'm going to do this just to prove to myself that I can do another video. What about? About what I found out earlier this year. What is this? This is October 2021. Yep. And a couple months ago, I came across a letter. This is a copy of it. It was dated October 17th, 2012. Just remember, you can do. All right. So, what I realized in my circumstances. Okay, I'm going to begin with the end, where I am now. I'm unemployed. I used to be a CPA with an audit and consulting practice. I used to be a family man. Now I'm dejected, rejected, and ejected. I used to have a home. Now I'm homeless. I used to have automobiles. Now I'm a scrub on the bus. And I used to have a woman. Now I don't even have a pillow. In other words, I lost everything. So for the past several years, I've been perplexed, all jacked up. And so doing a YouTube video, I'm thinking, like, why would anybody listen to what you have to say? Because you're going to make YouTube videos when, like, dude, you're a washout, man. What happened to you? So that's sort of what I've been going through, wondering just like, what happened? Why did everything, it seemed like it sort of unraveled and fell apart. Anyway, fast forward, and what am I supposed to do? Okay. The ground is set. That's what it says. I've set the ground. The ground is set. I got my notes. I suffer from paralysis of analysis. I'll analyze. 10 years later, like I've got 3 books in the process. I haven't finished one. And don't even consistently write because I get on to something else. So I've just got to stick with this. Anyway, October 17th, 2012. I was working on some letters some years ago. Again, a book project I call Ingredients. And I was writing letters to people in my family, that contributed to a part of who I am and sort of what, this was back when I was, doing something, practicing as a CPA. And I wanted to write a book just to show appreciation. And the only reason, write a book is simply because I promised myself I'd do that when I was a teenager. Haven't done it yet. So speaking of which, I do have a few letters. I call it letters to my daughter, and I'm going to do I'm doing a series of letters to her, but I want to extract out of that something that could be for like the general public, beneficial to all young women, sort of a daddy-daughter kind of a thing. Anyway, okay, this is a letter, a copy of the letter. Dear Sweet Mom. Now I'm going to just read a part of it just to give you a sense of what, like this is what went into me. And I was just showing appreciation to my mom. So, like one of those kind of things. All right, just read through just a real quick bit. I know it's been a while since I've written a letter to you. We often go along without truly communicating our thoughts and feelings with each other. Some probably expire without ever telling people how they feel about them. It's really sad when you think about it. With all of the modern communication devices, cell phones, email, texting, to think how little we actually communicate what's important to each other in our society. How do we truly get to know someone? It's a copy, so it's bad. Unless we turn off the TV, put down the cell phone, look into each other's eyes, and share thoughts, dreams, fears, and hopes. So that was just sort of one of the things that I appreciated about my mom, some of the things that she gave me as far as communication. Anyway, I was just going through the letter and sharing some things about what I appreciated that she imparted into me. So, where's my notes? So now that I've done that, oh, yeah. All right, now this is the one that I want to actually read. Now, this letter was on my laptop, and I don't know why I picked it up. Maybe I thought, this book is called Ingredients, or my operating, I keep them in like little folders. And so I just give them a title. So Ingredients is a title for that one. So I clicked around in it and, letter to my mom. And so I started reading, going back, I wrote this years ago. And I came upon this. Now, remember, I'm rejected, ejected, dejected, and all jacked up. And I'm sitting here thinking, do you know the people, and I, do a video about kind of all that stuff. But they typed me as having a state of mild depression. I sat down with a psychiatrist about 2 years ago, and I'm trying to figure what's wrong with me. Well, like, what happened? So, hey, listen, doc, I want to just sit down and tell you everything. And you tell me, have I gone crazy? So I went through that process a couple years ago, and she said, nothing's wrong. Something's wrong. Like something happened. And so I come upon this all these years later. This is what it said. This is what I wrote to my mom in this process on October 17th, 2012. Bad print, so sometimes it's a little difficult for me to read. This is what I wrote. One dream that I have, which would be had back in 2012. One dream that I have is to be able to pay cash for a ranch-style house so that my kids maybe can have a horse and some animals like chickens and goats and stuff before they finish high school. Once they are up and out, I want to sell everything that I own except for a few sentimental items and give the money to the needy. What that must feel like to be so free and not to be bound by material possessions. To live in full faith that God will provide and restore everything I need. Be careful what you ask for. This whole time, I'm looking at myself like a big fat failure, when all it is was exactly what I wanted. And that's it. Now, I will tell you this, it feels like the first day I joined the freaking Marine Corps, man. Oh my goodness, I had no idea how I was going to make it through that nut house. Oh, the first night, I hadn't even slept in the rack. I mean, boot camp, recruit training, the first night. I thought, my goodness, have I made a mistake? What have I done? There is no way. There's got to be, before the paperwork hits Washington, D.C., we got to cut some kind of a deal. Just let me out on some other stuff. But I made it through 4 years of that nonsense. So that's how I feel now. Like, oh my goodness. Like, maybe I should have just asked to keep my practice. Can I at least keep the house? I'll get rid of everything except my vehicles. Something. Everything. I lost it all. I was going to make a YouTube video at one point. I kid you not. I was down to like about $6. And I was saying, okay, I'm going to make another YouTube video because, I don't know, a few cups of noodles and you know what I mean? Just a couple items. Oh man, I need some toothpaste. Dude, I'm down to like change. And then I wanted to do a YouTube video and say, look, this is all I have to my name. Well, somebody provided me some money since then, so I can't do that one. Anyway, I've gotten this far. I've done this video. And I'm telling you, this is coming from someone who's been tripping about. Now, the one thing I know about depression, though, or that I found out, you don't have to feel sad. Like, sometimes it's in the behavior. It's because I don't really get sad. I mean, things frustrate me, and I have sort of emotions, but I've always, even from a kid, I've been like a happy kid. Things don't too much bother me. Not over a long period of time. I've never been in a situation that I'm considered like people have called me a cat with 9 lives. We don't worry about you. You always bounce back on your feet. That kind of a thing. But man, have I been worried about? I'm still worried. I mean, 56-year-old retired CPA, unemployed with nothing, and I've got to build a life, man, at 56. I've lost everything. But I can't. I applied at Walmart, man, at one point, and they never called me back. Do you know how that feels? Yeah. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. And as much as I am probably uncomfortable about this situation, just finding this and remembering this is exactly where I wanted to be. To me, I mean, wow, you can't imagine. I've been dancing. I mean, but I don't like putting my trust and faith in other stuff. But yeah, I rock with the Most High. Yeah, been doing that for now for 20 about 25 years. Yeah, ever since I got baptized. I was around 30 years old, 56 now. A little bit more than 25 years old, maybe 28. Anyway, that's it. Thank you if you watched through all of this. Um, it might have been just an exercise. We'll see if we see it on YouTube. Until then, you guys have a magnificent day. All right. And I want to encourage you, don't be down about circumstances. Oh, that's one thing. Yep, sure did. Sorry about that. Hey, jotted down a quote from a guy by the name of Oliver Wendell Holmes. Ever heard of that guy? I have. Don't really know too much about him, but I've heard a few quotes from him. I'm going to give you one. What lies behind us and what lies behind us and what lies within us are teeny matters compared to what lies within us. Your circumstances don't dictate who you are. You've been who or whatever you are, which is totally separate from where you are. Your circumstances, the condition that you may find. That's what I got tripped off in. And I've been doing this for, like, I'd say the last several years. And it's embarrassing. But I have to be, I mean, that's just how it is. Now, this is what I came up with. Now, I don't know if I heard it anywhere, but this is my own little saying, so I attribute it to myself unless you can show me where someone else said, you, me, you, and me create our own realities. We create, like, that's real. I can put something on that too, maybe in a video or something like that. But we create our own realities metaphysically, even if you don't believe me. Yep, absolutely. No matter what you're faced with in life, if you're watching this video, you have overcome all obstacles up to this point. Continue. That's what I wanted to tell you. I wrote it down because, like, sometimes I'm a scatterbrain. But no matter what you faced in life, and that's like, if you're watching the video, you've gone through some things. I don't know what they are. But no matter what, you're still here watching the video. You ain't dead yet. So you've come through this far. Continue. Don't quit. I haven't. And I'm all jacked up. So, you know, peace and blessings to you and yours. Shalom. May peace and blessings rain upon you. All right. I wish you the best. Honestly, I do. That's all I got for now. If I upload this video, Survive Unplugged is back plugged up. I've been unplugged. No. Anyway, you guys take care and goodbye.